Hey guys, it's Brian. Welcome to the awards contender. I'm very excited to welcome Jonathan Fujii today to talk about all things Oscar nominations. We are going to give you our early Oscar predictions for the winners in the top 8 categories. How are we doing, Jonathan?
Yeah, I feel like I'm still processing things. I didn't wake up during the time. So just because there's other people in the house, the last thing they need is to hear me yell about waking, like that too early in the morning for them, that would upset them. So I waited, had the phone on do not disturb. So for me, at the time we're recording, it's only been a few hours since the nomination. So I'm still soaking everything in.
My head is still filled with whoa, what just happened? I mean, we got a lot of nominations that were pretty much for sure. But as is the case every year with the Oscars, they throw us a few surprises. What was like a surprise, Jonathan, you were really happy about? And maybe one that you were not happy about?
Um, yeah, I will say I am very happy for Delroy Lindo,
Yes.
supporting actor, which I'm sure we'll get to. And I say that as someone who loves Hamnet. So at first I was like, damn, Paul Mescal missed out. That sucks. And then as soon as I actually thought about it, that's awesome. I think that's a great nomination, especially for him being snubbed for The Five Bloods, first time being recognized at his age. I think that's fantastic. Thing I didn't like, I mean, we'll talk about it, but I could go a lot of different directions. I think the most visceral reaction I had was Kate Hudson for Song Sung Blue getting in. Your boy is not a fan of that movie, like in the slightest. I like Kate Hudson. I think she works for the movie. So that's not me saying this is some awful performance, but what are we doing? So that's mine. That's mine. What about you?
Yeah, the Kate Hudson thing, I've gone back and forth on that. I thought the movie was very mid. It was fine. It wasn't terrible, but I was like, this doesn't belong in the Oscars conversation. If it is going to get into something, Kate Hudson makes the most sense. I just think Best Actress was so competitive this year. We had so many great performances, many of which toward the end, we weren't even talking about anymore for a nomination.
Yep.
For Kate Hudson to get in like over 5 or 6 others who were just, I think, way better in better films, that's like my issue with it.
Yeah.
But I've always loved Kate Hudson, and she's good in the film, so I can't get too angry about it.
I can. I can. I can. But that's a fair take. Yep.
Yeah, and then my favorite surprise was Delroy Lindo. I just didn't see that happening. I felt like Best Supporting Actor was pretty well locked up with those 5. And I thought, well, Delroy Lindo has a chance, but Miles Caton got in at SAG. So I was like, there's going to be a battle there between Lindo and Caton. So I feel like they just might cancel each other out. It's the main 5 we're expecting. Like for Paul Mescal to miss, I'm like, did enough people like put him in lead actor maybe? Like, did that happen for him? Because he was on the bubble there. Hamnet got in pretty much everywhere it needed to. So, like, why does Mescal miss? I think Sinners was just so dominant that Lindo was able to pull it off.
Yeah. And to your point, obviously we're doing it in hindsight, but I could have I feel like people would have been comfortable predicting a Sinners supporting actor. It's just that to your point, and we've seen this before in movies where no one person is clear above the other, then it feels like we do see them kind of cancel each other out. So for the fact that for Delroy Lindo to come out on top, I mean, pretty incredible.
Yeah, if he had just gotten one nomination, if he had gotten in at Critics' Choice or Golden Globes, got something, then I think some of us might have been thinking it was more likely to happen. But because he even missed at SAG and Miles Caton got in instead, that's where I was like, it just seems very unlikely. So that was my biggest reaction in the video, on Thursday. That was my biggest one.
Yeah, I think Kate Hudson was my biggest reaction.
You didn't expect it, though? Like,
know,
didn't you kind of expect it?
I did, but I was just like, to that point, I was like, hey, like, this is going pretty well for me. Like, I'm not going to lie. This is pretty good. So I was like, the Academy, you don't have to do this. You don't have to. And they did it anyways, and that's why I got hurt.
Yeah, if she had missed everywhere, let's say she missed at SAG, only had the Golden Globe, and that was it, then I would have been really shocked by that. But because she got in at SAG, I was like,
Yeah.
I think she's got a pretty good shots. I just wasn't sure, like, is it Chase Infinity she overtakes or Renata Reinsve? It was going to be one of those two. And now, like, in retrospect, it does kind of make sense. Chase Infinity had some vulnerabilities there, you know,
Sure.
as I'm sure I'll talk about in the weeks to come. But yeah, it's not my favorite. Surprise. What did you think about Wicked for Good blanking? Not one nomination. What do you think of that?
Oh man, you're really setting me up here. I'm not a fan. I'm
Okay.
not a fan of the movie. And even I said in the video, like, even I'm starting to feel bad. I'm like starting to feel bad for them because again, even as someone who does not like the movie at all, like costumes,
Yeah.
like I totally see that. Makeup, even though again it doesn't look that good in the movie, it's great work. It is great work. Production design, you know, you can argue that since they use the same sets for the most part, maybe that's why it missed. But even still, I'd have been like, that all makes sense to me. So for the fact for them to reach down, I mean, Avatar in costumes, I mean,
Right?
technically speaking, like, or like statistically, whatever you want to say, might be the most surprising nomination of the morning. They dove deep in the bag just to avoid it. So that's shocking, especially with its performance on the short list. I was like, it's going to get something.
That's what surprises me. I mean, it was hugely successful, like at the box office, and there was enough love for it. I'm like, it's going to get at least 2 or 3 technical nominations.
Yeah.
Like an original song, "The Girl in the Bubble," that is missing. For what is it, Viva Verde? like there's some random stuff to avoid Wicked for Good getting anything in. It's almost like nefarious. It's like they all, you know, collaborated together. They conspired. Like, let's make sure Wicked for Good gets nothing. And that's weird to me.
Yeah, because we've seen movies that, you know, at the end of the day, people don't like. I mean, My Beloved Babylon, very divisive.
Got 3.
Exactly. It still managed to get the craft nominations that it was supposed to.
Yeah.
And obviously they didn't win, which is fine. But for them to completely ignore Wicked, again, for the random song nomination, no disrespect, I just did not know what that was. For Avatar, I mean, makeup it missed, so it was pretty shocking. That was surprising.
Yeah, the production design, the costume design, it's not like they're just repeating everything that was in the first movie. There's new stuff.
Yeah.
So I want to explore this.
Yeah. Grande missing wasn't surprising to me.
Right.
Because, you know, you kind of have to work backwards. I was like, it's not Best Picture. So therefore, you know, 5 or 6 nominations doesn't make sense to me. So you kind of remove stuff, but 0, a goose egg. We got the same amount of nominations as Wicked for Good did. So that's crazy.
Yeah, every season I do an Oscar fiasco video about a movie we expected to do better, and then it either got 1 nomination or 0, and it's like, I was planning on it being Jay Kelly, like weeks ago. I'm like, it's going to be Jay Kelly. That's the video. I think it has to be Wicked for Good. I think that's the one I have to talk about.
I think so, because again, to this point, no one was really expecting Jay Kelly. People were still expecting Wicked for Good.
Yeah.
And then, wow, it is pretty shocking.
So, yeah, that was a bummer to me. I like that movie more than others, and I thought it deserved at least a few technical nominations. No Other Choice, Jonathan. That was the other big one for me. I think that is an incredible movie. It didn't even get an international feature. What the hell happened there?
It's so strange how, I mean, not just Director Park, but just like Korean cinema, which I'm half Korean, so maybe this is biased, but I feel like in America, I feel like Korean cinema is one of the most popular forms. So you would think it would do better. So for the Academy to say no, give everything to Parasite, and then say no again after, I was like, maybe they just thought K-pop Demon Hunters was enough. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah, Golden has to win original song, right? It's not going to Diane Warren on her 17th nomination.
I can't imagine. Golden is to a point where I think it's just a juggernaut.
Yeah. So I was bummed about No Other Choice. I think The Testament of Anne Lee is a beautiful film. I was like, even at the end there, I was like, maybe Amanda Seyfried shocks the world, gets into actress. And it's like, nope, we had to nominate Hudson.
Yep. I was like, oh, Lewis Pullman's announcing it. I was like, that'd be pretty cool. Like co-stars. Maybe they set that up a little bit. And
Yeah.
nope. Song Sung Blue.
But I think you're right. I think the most crazy random nomination of the whole day, it might be Avatar Fire and Ash in costume design. Like, what the hell was that?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they didn't go for the previous two. And those are obviously way more liked than Fire and Ash. So for them to do that again to avoid Wicked, it's crazy. It is crazy.
I'm trying to think any other surprises. F1 in picture, I was not predicting that. I thought it was just an accident. Even if it was slot 10, I thought that had a better chance. I was thinking, Jonathan, like a bigger film might slip in there. F1, now in retrospect, it does make sense, but I saw that movie last summer. I thought it was perfectly fine. I did not walk out saying like, oh, best picture. So that was kind of surprising.
Yeah, I do think it still felt surprising, even though I do know a decent amount of people predicting it. And while I didn't do it, I had it as the alternate. So in that regard, it's like, oh, maybe it's not too surprising. But yeah, to your point, the first time I saw it, I was like, it's fine. It was fine. I rewatched it again in IMAX, and I was like, okay, I like it. Like, I'm not immune to those kind of movies. I'm sorry. But yeah, even still, I feel like with past years, that last slot has gone into a smaller movie that theoretically has a little bit more passion behind it. Like, whatever you want to say, Nickel Boys, women talking, movies like that. So I thought it was just an accident would fit into that slot. But I guess also to your point, you know, besides Sinners, did we really have like a big movie, like a big populist box office movie?
Yeah.
Not really. One Battle doesn't fit that if we're, you know, comparing profit wise and everything.
Right.
Marty Supreme doesn't fit that. F1 it goes.
Yeah, and before we start into the specific categories and our predictions to win in like 7 weeks, it's like a ways away, right? we got a ways until mid-March. We should mention, right? Sinners got 16 Oscar nominations, breaking the record by 2, not just 1. What did you think of that?
I was shocked. I mean, I predicted it to break the record. I had it at 15. So for them to go above that, I mean, it does make you think. I'm sure we'll get into it, but it did make me think more than I thought I would for 16.
Yeah.
I mean, people are going to talk about, you know, oh, like they added a category. So, of course, but
it still would have broken the record.
Sound. Exactly. We combined the sound category. It's still the same amount. So for them to do that, I mean, Warner Brothers, Jesus. What a day for them, I guess.
Imagine if we still had 2 sound categories, it probably would have gotten 17, right?
Or if we added stunts.
Or stunts.
It probably would have got stunts too. So like, it could have got 18 theoretically. So like, man.
Yeah, and so it's like, wow, Sinners just, you know, dominating here. One Battle After Another got 13. And, you know, that's not a slouch. Like, that's pretty good, too. 13, you know, that's almost, like, near the old record. So that did well. I still think it's between One Battle and Sinners, as we'll talk about in this video. But I think One Battle did well enough. It can still very easily win, like, picture and director.
Totally.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that. You do have to feel for him. They get 13. And they're still not really the talk of the day.
And they're like, yeah.
It's kind of like,
it's basically, it's like as if they had gotten 7.
Exactly. It's like, well, you missed Chase Infinity.
So you missed actress.
Exactly, yeah.
So, sorry, Paul Thomas Anderson. You're on 14 nominations. You're still not going to win. No. I think he's still safe, as we'll talk about. So let's start with the screenplay categories. Best Adapted Screenplay. The nominees are Bugonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle After Another, and Train Dreams. Can anyone beat an adapted screenplay, Paul Thomas Anderson, for One Battle After Another?
No.
No.
One of the easiest calls of this ceremony. We can call this now. It's One Battle. It's over.
So you're telling me that Paul Thomas Anderson, no matter what, like whatever happens in those top 2, like he is going home a winner on March 15th, finally?
He is going home a winner. I don't have to see those tweets anymore about how many nominations he has without a win. On the worst day, he's getting the screenplay nomination.
Right.
Or win.
Yeah, so in this past week, I've been slowly recording an upcoming video called Paul Thomas Anderson and the Elusive Oscar. I dive deep into every single nomination he's had at the Oscars going back to 1998 Boogie Nights.
Mhm.
And my recording, Jonathan, is at about 4.5 hours.
Oh my gosh.
It's
Wow.
going to be big. It's going to be at least 50 minutes to an hour because I go into
Sheesh.
all of it. And the video is going to end like with one battle and saying he's gonna win, right? Like,
Hey,
finally.
shout out to you. 4.5 hours. Wow.
Yeah, over 3 days. I've worn like 4 different black golf shirts to like
Nice.
have consistency. I didn't want to wear the
Yeah.
same shirt
Yeah.
the whole
Dang.
time.
No one's doing it like you out here. No one's doing it like you.
I was like, there was nothing really to do in those 2 to 3 days before Oscar nominations. I was like, there's nothing to talk about. There's no real retrospective to make right now.
Yeah.
So let's do the PTA video. Every award season I do one about someone who has a lot of nominations who might finally win in March, and PTA was the guy for me. So yeah, I think it's going to be adapted screenplay, like a win for PTA there. What would you have in second place? It'd be Hamnet, right?
It would still be Hamnet. I know, Hamnet missed a few things, which is totally true. To me, like, she still got director. It still won the Globe. It's still very strong. Jessie Buckley's going to win, which I guess we'll talk about. So,
She better.
yeah, in a distant, distant number two, Hamnet is waving. It's saying hello.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'd say it's like distant. Like it's like
Oh, really?
7%. Like Hamnet. Like it's like way in that. But I think I think Hamnet is in second. There's no evidence to suggest here that could beat one battle in this category. There's just no evidence of that. So that would be like a shocker that night. They really hate PTA at the Oscars if they do that. Be like, what?
I would pass out. I would pass out if Chloe Zhao won the Oscar for screenplay over PTA. I'd pass out.
Yeah, Chloe Zhao wins the Oscar for screenplay. Ryan Coogler takes director. Sinners wins picture.
Exactly.
I'm
Back
gonna be-
to where we started. Then it's like, oh my god.
Oh my god. I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, I think Bugonia, Frankenstein, and Train Dreams are just happy to be here. Again,
Totally.
I think no other choice should have gotten in somehow. I think it could have gotten this one nomination, even if it missed an international feature. But these are 5 Best Picture nominees. It was going to be hard to slip in.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, so our early Oscar predictions for the win in adapted screenplay, of course, Paul Thomas Anderson, one battle after another. Moving on to original screenplay, the nominees are Blue Moon, It Was Just an Accident, Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. Ryan Coogler has this one in the bag, right?
He better. I'll say that. He better. But yes, I think he, to this point, is the clear front runner in original screenplay. Shout
Yeah.
out to Sentimental Value. Did very, very well today for Oscar nominations.
Yeah.
But like, is Sinners really gonna only win like score? Like, is that really what's gonna happen out of 16? It's
Yeah.
gonna win original screenplay. Coogler's there. It fits the most original kind of trend that we've been seeing. It is very writerly still, at least in my opinion, I should say. I think he has it.
Yeah, I think the overperformance of Sinners, there's no way. There's no way he loses this.
Yeah.
I think the clear second place is Sentimental Value because that did very well. I mean, getting both of the actresses into supporting actress was huge. I really didn't think that was going to happen, as we'll talk about when we get to that category. Marty Supreme is also strong. Does that take original screenplay? I don't think so. And then Blue Moon and It Was Just an Accident are just happy to be here. I'm happy at least It Was Just an Accident got in here. It got something, right? Along with international feature. When I saw that Blue Moon nomination, it was earlier in the telecast of like revealing the nominees. I was like, oh, is Blue Moon going to slip in the picture? And is Ethan Hawke going to be maybe competitive here moving forward? But it just got into actor and original screenplay.
Yeah, which to me, as someone who really likes Blue Moon, 2 nominations for that movie, that's an overperformance as far as I'm concerned. So shout out to Blue Moon, a movie I really like. I think it's a good nomination. But yeah, happy to be there. That's it.
That was a great discovery. I got a screener in October, and it was a movie I was like vaguely aware throughout the year. I had like heard good things about Ethan Hawke. I put it on, and I was just like bowled over by his performance. It's a really good film too, by Richard Linklater. So I'm happy that's at least here, not just an actor, but also in screenplay. But yeah, like Sinners getting 16 nominations, if it's not winning picture, director, and acting category, that would feel really weird if it also missed here. And I just don't think sentimental value has quite enough juice to like overtake it.
Yeah, agreed. Completely agreed. I think these two screenplay categories are just showing you what's in first and second place in terms of best picture. One battle's gonna win, Sinners is gonna win. We're all gonna hold hands together, and it's gonna be great.
Kumbaya.
Yep.
Yeah. So our early Oscar prediction to win Best Original Screenplay is Ryan Coogler for Sinners. All right, next up is Best Supporting Actor. The nominees are Benicio del Toro, One Battle After Another, Jacob Elordi, Frankenstein, Delroy Lindo, Sinners, Sean Penn, One Battle After Another, and Stellan Skarsgård, Sentimental Value. What do we think of this category?
This category is still pretty fragmented, I would say. Obviously, we've had two different winners so far. Skarsgård won't be there for SAG. So that's going to be, unless Elordi wins again, that'll be a different winner. And Elordi could win that, obviously. BAFTA, I feel like BAFTA is the one ceremony where everyone assumes they know what's going on because they're just like, oh, like British international actor is going to win. And it's like Austin Butler who wins for Elvis. So
That's right.
I'm not as confident in BAFTA, but, you know, things can go a different way on that. And obviously, Delroy Lindo, this is the only ceremony that he will be nominated in. And that does throw another wrench in this category. I have already seen people tweeting like, is this like a Marcia Gay Harden?
Marcia Gay Harden, that was going to be my question. Could that happen?
It is, oh my gosh, if that happens, like if that happened, we are in for such a wild night if that happened.
It would bring the house down. That would be incredible.
It would be incredible. His speech would be amazing. But on the day of Oscar nominations, am I ready to predict that? That seems so tough, but I also don't want to be just chalk and go with the Golden Globe winners too.
Yeah. Yeah, this is tricky. I think it all comes down to what happens at BAFTA and SAG. Let's say at BAFTA, Benicio del Toro wins, and then at SAG, Sean Penn wins. Then I will predict Delroy Lindo. Right?
If that happened, I might join you in that. If that was a scenario.
I think that's how Lindo does it. Kind of like I just made a video about Marcia Gay Harden. The reason she wins is that nobody could figure out what to do with supporting actress that season. Every single precursor, a different person was winning. That's kind of why she won at the end at the Oscars. So, I mean, my prediction right now, Jonathan, I think Stellan Skarsgård is going to win at BAFTA. Jacob Elordi is going to win at SAG. And then Skarsgård probably wins the Oscar because I think that's the only place we can give sentimental value a prize, right? And it overperformed. He just needs to win BAFTA for me to be pretty confident about Skarsgård.
Yeah, I agree. I would go Skarsgård for right now.
Yeah.
Based on the assumption that he wins BAFTA.
Right.
To me, if he loses BAFTA, goes somewhere else, all bets are off
Right.
for me. Because I got to be honest, even if Jacob Elordi wins SAG, if he goes into the ceremony with Critics' Choice and SAG, like I'm probably not going to predict it.
It's not enough.
It does not feel right. I completely agree. So really, this is hinging on Skarsgård winning BAFTA. Otherwise, like I might do Lindo. I don't know. Who knows what I'm going to do? But I'll go
what if Jacob Elordi wins at BAFTA and SAG? What are you going to do?
Gosh.
Are we going to predict him to win the Oscar? Jacob Elordi playing Frankenstein's monster, like is going to win the Academy Award? I just don't see it. That would be shocking to me.
Yeah, you know, I mean, that's obviously a great, capital G, great package that he has. And he would be in a Best Picture movie. But I've kind of been doubting this performance for a bit. And obviously that has been proven wrong because he is nominated. And for the record, I love the performance, so this is not, you know, a personal reflection on that. I I don't know. I don't know if I can see him winning the Oscar, even if he has SAG and BAFTA, which sounds hypocritical, but I don't know if I could predict him. I really don't.
Yeah, I think like if Elordi just wins SAG moving forward, I think those are the two prizes for him, Critics' Choice, SAG. If Skarsgård does not win at BAFTA, then things get tricky. Let's say BAFTA goes to one of the two One Battle guys or something, and then it's like, what?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
when I'll start looking at Lindo, honestly. If like Del Toro takes it at BAFTA, but not at SAG, that goes to Elordi again or something, then I'll be thinking about Lindo. Like, let's say Benicio del Toro wins BAFTA and nothing else all season. Does he pull like a Mikey Madison? She just won a BAFTA and then she won the Oscar. Could like Del Toro do it? It's like maybe, but it'd be hard to be overly confident.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're rooting for Lindo, if you're part of Lindo's team, you are rooting for no
Chaos.
consensus. Yeah, exactly. You're just rooting for people to do whatever they want. And
Yeah.
now that he has the nomination, I have a feeling his campaign is going to ramp up now, leading up to winners. And
Yeah.
he is incredibly charismatic. So again, if chaos happens in this category, I will take a very long, hard look at predicting Lindo to win. But for the sake of this video, I will say Skarsgård because that still seems the most likely to me.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm just like, with 16 nominations, like, will Sinners not win an acting category? You know, I guess it could just be, you know, overlooked there in all three, actor, supporting actress, but we have to look at that stat of the 16 and its dominance there. Like, there's a lot of love for it. And Delroy Lindo, I mean, everybody just adores him, so we have to keep an eye on that. But this early on with 7 weeks to go, I really do think Skarsgård just has to win at BAFTA. I think he's going to. Like, I just feel pretty, like, safe, like, predicting him there.
Agreed.
So we're agreeing right now in January on Skarsgård?
I think we are. And also, if Sinners wins SAG Ensemble and they, like, elect him to speak, I'm just saying.
Oh,
That's gonna
right.
be something.
Didn't he speak at Critics' Choice? Like, he like, gave a speech there?
He did.
So
it's
interesting.
something.
Yeah. Very interesting. A lot can happen in this category, but right now, our early Oscar prediction to win Best Supporting Actor in March is Stellan Skarsgård, Sentimental Value. All right, now we have Best Supporting Actress. The nominees are Elle Fanning, Sentimental Value, Inga Ibsdottir Lilius, Sentimental Value, Amy Madigan, Weapons, Wunmi Mosaku, Sinners, and Teyana Taylor, One Battle After Another. Is this category sewn up? Like, what is going to happen, Jonathan, in Supporting Actress?
I don't feel it's sewn up. I really don't.
I don't either.
Yeah, it's to me, the case for Madigan was always like, well, she has to sweep. Oh, she has to sweep because she'll either be a lone nominee or at the very least not a picture. And now we know lone nominee. It's just, I think Madigan has to win out from here.
Right.
I'm not like, oh, you lost Globe, therefore you're cooked. Like you are
Exactly.
Because if she won SAG BAFTA, that's something. But she does have to win out. If she loses one, then I think it's over. But the question is, do you think that?
Yeah, so Amy Madigan, she's been my choice in this category. Walking out of Weapons in August, I was like, oh my god, that is like such a great performance. She wins a Critics' Choice, and I'm feeling good. I'm like, if that movie can just get one other nomination, original screenplay, or picture in a shocker, I think Madigan's going to do it. But she's the lone nominee, and that is a very, very, very scary place to be. And she lost at the Golden Globes. I agree with you. I think if Madigan wins at BAFTA, wins at SAG, it's going to look pretty good for her. I'm like, can Taylor win the Oscar with just the Golden Globe? I don't know. But it's like, really, would Madigan win the Oscar for a horror film if she didn't sweep the whole season and she's the only nominee for it? That just would be very surprising to me.
Yeah. Yeah, and to your point, I mean, we were talking about Sinners with 16 not winning in acting. I mean, if One Battle has 13 and it doesn't win an acting prize, that would also be kind of surprising to me too. So there's a bunch of different ways that can go. I might just kind of default to Teyana Taylor.
Yeah, she's kind of the smart pick right now.
Yeah, she is the smart pick. She's a safe pick. Had a good speech at Globes, which does matter.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, she's only in the first 30 minutes or whatever, which everyone says. But to me, what really cements it is not only like do you feel her presence throughout the movie, but also like the movie kind of ends with her too. Like
Right.
not with her on screen, but her voiceover.
Mm-hmm.
Like she reminds you of that. So
Yeah.
I think that's even more than something like Mahershala Ali, where he's really just 15, which is phenomenal. But I think I would go Taylor for right now, but I don't say that with confidence.
Yeah, I'm leaning toward Taylor too. She makes the most sense. It will be weird to me if on Oscars night, One Battle and Sinners win no acting awards. That would be weird.
True. Yeah. That would be very strange.
I'm like, okay, if Skarsgård takes supporting actor and actress are looking kind of sewn up. We'll talk about actor. I mean, maybe something could happen there.
Yeah.
I was so thrilled that Elle Fanning got in. I wanted to mention that. I really was not predicting her. I had her behind Ariana Grande. I was just like, I think it's going to be Lilius. They're not going to do 2 in sentimental value. And Elle Fanning, she missed a year ago for A Complete Unknown for another actress in that movie in the same category. So that was thrilling to see Fanning get in here. I don't think either of them has a chance to win. Like, what if Lilius wins a BAFTA? Could she be a player here?
If she just wins BAFTA, it would be my eyebrow would raise, but I don't think I would go. It kind of feels like that would feel like Carrie Condon.
Carrie Condon, exactly. Yep,
that's what it would feel like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Carrie Condon won at BAFTA, and I went, oh, okay, this category is a little chaotic. Jamie Lee Curtis wins at SAG. Maybe it is just Condon. We give Banshee something, and they didn't do that. Yeah. So yeah, I think even if that were to happen, which is not guaranteed, I don't think Lilius wins the Oscar. I just think she's too new. Not a lot of people know who she is. I think the nomination is like her big victory there. Yep. I wouldn't say Madigan is out of it yet. I think Madigan has to win at both BAFTA and SAG, and even then, it's not like sewn up or anything. Like we just said, Jacob Elordi. What if he won Critics' Choice and BAFTA and SAG? But we're probably not predicting. So we have to stay on the same wavelength.
Already gonna come after us on that reasoning for sure.
It's her career narrative, Amy Madigan, her being older, and it's a very, very flashy performance.
Exactly. It is definitely more flashy, but yeah, to your point, even if Madigan does win out, I mean, we will always be skeptical of those like lone nominees versus Best Picture nominees. Like we will always be skeptical of that. So not a sewn-up category. This is also up in the air. Taylor just makes the most sense for me right now. Yeah.
So, but like, I kind of feel like Amy Madigan still has a shot to win at SAG. Then it's like, does Teyana Taylor win at BAFTA? I guess she would, right? Probably.
Yeah.
But it's not certain. Like, what if Lilius wins at BAFTA and Madigan wins at SAG?
Yeah.
Who do we predict?
I was just thinking about that. That is a very interesting scenario.
What if we could have a Marcia Gay Harden here, kind of? What if Mosaku wins at the Oscars and nowhere else? Could that happen?
I'm getting a headache. Yeah, that scenario of Madigan winning SAG, because they do like those horror performances.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Demi Moore
won.
Emily Blunt, Quiet Place. Yeah.
So that could totally happen. And Lilius winning at BAFTA also makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Wow. That would be...
Do we predict Taylor with just the Golden Globe? I don't think I can. But then what do we do? Could you imagine, Jonathan, like on Oscars night, both supporting actor and supporting actress are totally chaotic and we don't know what to do?
That'd be the best.
Wouldn't that be great?
That would just be the best.
And then I think we will hold hands and just go with Lindo and Mosaku.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah, exactly.
They didn't win. Both of them won nothing all season, but we predict both of them to win.
Maybe we'd get one of them, go 50-50.
One would be correct.
Yeah. Wow. That's an interesting scenario.
Yeah.
That's one I'm not prepared for.
But if Weapons had gotten one other nomination, original screenplay, I would be confidently, actually, I think, predicting Madigan here. But because she's the lone nominee, I'm like, I don't have the stats in my head. When was the last time a lone nominee in acting won, like, for their movie that's not in any other category, and they beat out someone like a Teyana Taylor One Battle, a movie that's got like 13 nominations? I just think these other films are way too strong. for Madigan to do it. Outside of her just being like undeniable, she just wins everything. She didn't win at the Globe, so I don't know. I'm concerned.
Exactly. Yeah, I was thinking of like obviously different category, but Renee Zellweger and Judy beat a bunch of
Best
Picture nominees.
She swept that season,
but she swept. So it's like, it's tough. It's tough, and I don't think Weapons or Madigan in Weapons is even as big and flashy as playing Judy Garland, like in Renee Zellweger.
Yeah.
So,
and it's a horror film. It's not the typical kind of performance that wins. I mean, I've always gone back to Ruth Gordon, Rosemary's Baby. That movie didn't do very well. It got I think 2 or 3 other nominations. It did okay, and then she won Supporting Actress with that film. Not an actress. It wasn't in director or picture. Ruth Gordon won, an older veteran actress, for a flashy performance in a horror film, a very beloved one to this day. Yeah. So I point to that, but I'm like, because it got in nowhere else, I'm concerned.
Yeah.
So I think the smart choice in January is Teyana Taylor, but I am not I don't think that's sewn up. I think there could be some chaos here.
Yeah, I really don't think it's sewn up either. I mean, I always try to put my mind in the old person watching the Academy. Is Teyana Taylor's character, would that put them off?
Yeah.
Which we've unfortunately seen kind of show sometimes with female characters. But I don't know. I feel like One Battle is a different case.
Yeah. I mean, also Taylor could just come on really strong here. She wins a BAFTA, wins at SAG. They just like Amy Madigan, she's in, and we like this performance, but that's just a Critics' Choice thing. Kind of early on in the season, she was being predicted to win, and then once we get to late February, early March at the precursors, it's just Taylor all the way. Yeah. Kind of a Mahershala Ali Moonlight situation where it's we're just gonna go with Taylor here. That could happen too.
Totally.
So, so our early Oscar prediction to win Best Supporting Actress is Teyana Taylor, One Battle After Another.
Wow, it's weird that this year the supporting categories feel the most up in the air.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, every year's different, but sometimes, Best Actress the last 2 years were kind of up in the air.
Totally.
I remember, everyone went over to Lily Gladstone after she won at SAG, and I was like, wait. Wait, I still think Emma has a shot.
Slow down. Yeah.
Last
year, Demi
and
Moore.
Then, last year, that was weird, Jonathan, because Mikey Madison was my choice for the best performance of the year, and that was my choice for the best film of the year. And then, but I have loved Demi Moore since the 90s, and it was just it was such a cool career narrative for a horror film. Yeah. She basically did everything she needed to. And she just barely missed because Honora was too strong at the end, at the Oscars. That's the only reason she didn't win.
Yep. She did everything right. The speeches were great. Best Picture nominee, Best Director, makeup, that correlation there.
Yeah. I mean, there were 3 or 4 things where you look back, you're like, wow.
I know.
Moore was so close. But anyway, that's a chat for another day. Next up is Best Actor in a Leading Role. The nominees are Timothée Chalamet, Marty Supreme, Leonardo DiCaprio, One Battle After Another, Ethan Hawke, Blue Moon, Michael B. Jordan, Sinners, and Wagner Moura, The Secret Agents. What do we think of Best Actor? Did you predict all 5 of these correct?
I did.
Yeah, me too. It just seemed obvious. Plemons was the one on the bubble. I thought if they go all in on if they go all in on Bugonia, maybe he could overtake somebody. But all 5 of these were so strong.
Yeah,
I was like, would he really overtake Hawke? It's a very flashy performance in Blue Moon. I thought even if he's a lone nominee, I think Hawke was going to make it over Plemons, and that happened. And the film got into original screenplay. So Hawke is looking pretty good. This is a pretty stellar lineup, right? These 5, that's pretty good for Best Actor.
Oh yeah, I cannot complain about any of the nominees. I'm so happy Michael B. Jordan made this.
Yes. Oh, I was so nervous at the end there.
I was nervous about that.
I was like, could Sinners overperform but miss an actor, pull a Margot Robbie Barbie, someone we think is absolutely getting in? And Jordan misses in a total shocker. I was thrilled when they said his name. I was like, okay, good.
I know.
Never nominated before. He's the lead of the film. He is Sinners. He's the main guy in that. 2 characters. That would have been a huge snub. So very happy he's here.
Yep. Yeah, I just, I've seen some people he doesn't. He's not like best actor material, which I disagree with. I remember people saying like, "Oh, Leo's great in One Battle, but is it an Oscar-winning performance?" Which I felt like it was. So there's a lot of great performances here. It's a tough category even to predict, even though I feel like it's leaning one way.
Yeah. So the obvious choice here in January is Chalamet. He won at Critics' Choice. He won at the Globes. He just has to win at BAFTA, Jonathan. And I'm going to go with Chalamet. His movies in picture and director. It missed in supporting actress. I don't think that hurts Chalamet that much. It's in screenplay.
Yeah.
It got pretty much everything it needed for Chalamet to win. He was in second place a year ago. So, like, the only way I would go against Chalamet at the end would be if he misses at both BAFTA and SAG. He does not win those two. That's where I'd say, oh, maybe it's not him. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. If he missed both of those, that's real bad. That's real bad. With all due respect to the Globes and the Critics' Choice, let's be honest with ourselves. SAG and BAFTA means more. It means way more.
Yeah.
So Wagner
so
Moura.
Who is your second place, Jonathan? Is it Wagner Moura or DiCaprio? Who's in second right now, do you think?
So with all due respect to Brazil, country I love, I held hands. I'm still here. Beat Emilia Perez, so happy. With all due respect,
yes.
I would have Leo in second.
Okay, yeah, same. Yeah. All five of these performances are fantastic, and the weakest film is Blue Moon, but Hawk is very flashy in that, and he is all over that movie.
Yeah.
So I don't think anyone's like in a distant fifth place. Like they're all kind of in the mix here.
Agreed.
I think if Blue Moon had gotten into picture, I'd say watch out for Ethan Hawke. Like he could come on strong here. Mm-hmm. And it's interesting this season, Jonathan, because Chalamet won at SAG a year ago in Best Actor for A Complete Unknown, which makes me wonder, they might go with someone else at SAG. Are they going to pull a Tom Hanks and like just give it to him again? Like, I'm thinking probably not. Like, they might go with DiCaprio or something.
Interesting.
Do you think Chalamet wins at SAG again in the same category 2 years in a row?
I do.
You do? Okay. They're just going to go all in. Okay.
I think they're just going to, especially at SAG, I get the stat and the apprehension there. I totally do. But, Marty Supreme also had a great day at SAG. And that just feels like...
True. Yeah.
Even more so than last year, Complete Unknown. It feels like more people now have like a reason to vote for him. I feel like people kind of are, either want this to happen or are just kind of ready to crown him. And, much to the chagrin of, some people, I'm sure. But I feel like he wins SAG. To me, really, it's BAFTA that I have a bit more of a question about.
Yeah. It's going to be hard if Chalamet pulls it off at SAG. He wins there again in the same category. Even if someone else takes BAFTA, it's going to be hard to go against Chalamet. Demi Moore, she won Critics' Choice, Golden Globe, and SAG. And her film was in picture, and it's like she had enough, and she still lost. So if One Battle After Another is winning Best Picture and Best Director, if DiCaprio wins at BAFTA and still loses at SAG, let's say, DiCaprio, we will be thinking it, John. We'll be like, maybe it's DiCaprio. Like maybe because One Battle is stronger as in terms of like winning in the top two categories. That is going to be probably the trickiest situation for me, is if DiCaprio wins BAFTA, but then Chalamet just wins at SAG again. I'll be like, what?
I know. Yeah, it's going to be another one of those deals where I'm going to have to wrestle with my own logic about what we've seen previously. But I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of purposefully going against my own judgment here because I feel like a lot of people truly they can't see like a Leo winning performance with him in One Battle. And I felt like a lot of people walked out of Marty Supreme being like it's done.
Yeah.
Especially with him, crying at the end. Yeah, like a lot of people did.
I was like, that's it. It's over when I walked out. Yeah.
I feel like I might trust the other people more and just go with Chalamet, because if you like Marty Supreme, there's almost no way you're going to like vote for someone else.
Yeah, it's just the most obvious prize we give that movie, and it did very well. It's in picture, director, and stuff. And it's like, even if he lost a BAFTA, even if he loses one big prize along the way, again, if he loses both BAFTA and SAG, then he's in trouble. But if he let's say just loses BAFTA, he's the whole movie, whereas DiCaprio, he's a part of an ensemble, really, in one battle. That's where I think DiCaprio gets hurt a little bit. He's won before a decade ago for The Revenant, so he has won. If DiCaprio had still never won, then we'd have a different conversation. But I think because he has won, I'm just like, I don't know, like, especially with Chalamet just being here a year ago and being competitive to win the Oscar, I just think it's Chalamet. I think Mora not being at SAG or BAFTA, that would just be near impossible, I think. You know, the Fernando Torres situation, like, where you're not at these two huge precursors, even as a nominee.
Yeah.
And Michael B. Jordan, I don't think he wins. Ethan Hawke, I just don't think the film performs strongly enough.
Right.
So for me, it's really DiCaprio who can overtake Chalamet. And the only way I think I predict DiCaprio is if he wins both BAFTA and SAG. Then we have a conversation.
Yeah. Then the whole race flips. And
yeah.
really, you know, another thing holding me a little bit back from Chalamet is still the age. A problem that is, for some reason, only shown in Best Actor, where they are a little uncomfortable going for the young male actor, but for an actress, they have no problem.
Yeah.
Annie Madison, Emma Stone, Brie Larson, they have no problem doing that. But in Best Actor, we've seen that they do. So that's another thing that I'm like kind of thinking about. But, you know, I've been shaky on Chalamet. Again, I love Marty Stream, don't get me wrong. I've been a little shaky on Chalamet, and he just keeps winning.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be very cool, too. And now I feel like there's a reason people want to vote for him here. I would go with Chalamet.
Yeah, I think Chalamet being as young as he is, that is in some ways like the biggest mark against him, because as you said, in Best Actor, they do have a problem like awarding younger people there.
Yep.
Whereas an actress, that's not an issue. I just think Chalamet is too strong. I really think like that director nomination is key. Like it got into director
huge.
too.
Huge.
You know, like I was kind of waffling. He was my 5th place. I was like, I don't know, he might miss, and he's in director. So the film has strength, and he is the face of it, and he is just bringing it for 2.5 hours. He's so great. Right now, it would be weird to predict someone else, right? Yeah. I think we're going with Chalamet.
Yeah, I think so. We're kind of agreeing on everything. And
yeah, we need a disagreement.
Continue.
Like the viewers are like, "Come on, guys, fight!"
I know it's not gonna be with Best Actress.
I wanted you to come on here and be like, Brian, it's gonna be Wagner Moura. I'm 100% actually. Here are my 3 reasons. Like that would have been exciting.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Kate Hudson. Time.
I've already seen that frickin' floated online. Oh, maybe now she can win. It's like, I mean, I think I will have a mental breakdown.
If that happens, I'm not covering the Oscars anymore.
We're just quitting. We're done.
I'm done. I'm converting my channel to gardening.
Yeah. So let's get to actress. Our early Oscar prediction to win Best Actor is Timothée Chalamet, Marty Supreme. Okay, Best Actress. The nominees are Jessie Buckley, Hamnet, Rose Byrne, If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, Kate Hudson, Song Sung Blue, Renata Reinsva, Sentimental Value, and Emma Stone, Bugonia. How are we feeling about actress? Is there anyone, Jonathan, who can overtake Jessie Buckley?
No.
So is that it? Are we done? Just give our prediction?
Yep. It's over.
There's nothing to talk about?
Congrats.
I mean, I don't know about you. I was so thrilled to see Rose Byrne get in. I've always been a little nervous about that because her movie is not strong, and it's a very stressful film. It's not a great movie to just put on late at night. It's like, it's kind of hard to get to the end. It's like, it's a very stressful movie.
Totally.
So I was like a little nervous. I'm like, she's got everything she needs. Like, she's got to get in. But I was like mentally prepared. Like, maybe she misses. And it'll be just a shocker. And she's there. I was like, okay.
I love her.
She's fantastic. I have adored her since Damages. I think she's so great. I'm so happy she's finally an Oscar nominee, the lone nominee for her movie. We also have another lone nominee here, Kate Hudson, Songs in Blue.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, it's a choice. It's a choice.
She can't possibly win, right? Like, that is not happening over the next 7 weeks. Her team gets together and they just pull out all the stops. She somehow, in a shocker, wins at SAG, and suddenly we're like, holy shit. Like, could she win? That's not going to happen, right, Jonathan?
I'm so scared. Like that sentence you just said, like I got actually stressed out. No, I don't think so. Like, because why would Focus Features pivot?
Right.
Now?
Oh, that's a great point. Yep. It's
Why
the same
would
studio.
Focus Features, same studio? Why would they pivot away? They already have it. Let's just dive into that. Focus Features.
You nailed it.
You ain't gotta, like, congrats. You got 3. Congratulations.
Yeah.
You got 3 nominees here. You have the trophy right here already. Why pivot? You know, I'm freaking out about that. But no, I think why change?
It's the narrative of Hudson that really scares me a little bit. Like, just her being like, you know, I think the oldest one, I think she's around the same age as Rose Byrne. If Song Sung Blue had shocked us all and gotten into picture, then I'd be nervous. I'd be like, oh shit, you know, but it didn't. It's only here.
Yeah.
So yeah. I think because it's only here, Hamnet is in picture, director. Jessie Buckley is my choice for the performance of the year for 2025. She just breaks your heart in that movie. She's so great. That would be, I mean, I would really be in a dark place if it's not Buckley. If it was Byrne, I'd be like, awesome.
Yep.
But Kate Hudson, your victory was you made it in. You overtook Chase Infinity, who also would have been a great nomination. Yeah. I'm bummed about that. I think that would have been really cool. That would have aged better, I think, in the years to come. Chase Infinity here instead. But Hudson, you did it. You got the nomination. Now let's just relax. Okay, exactly. We're not going to like try to win, right?
Exactly. Yeah, you crossed the finish line already, you know, by getting this nomination. You did that. She lost to Rose Byrne at the Globe, direct competition. Lost that. SAG, Hamnet got all it needed to. It's an ensemble. Paul Mescal's there. Jessie Buckley's there. BAFTA, I mean, you'd have to assume Buckley also wins BAFTA.
Wins BAFTA, yeah.
So I feel like it's there for the taking. I don't like being that person walking out of a movie being like, oh, the Oscar is theirs. I feel like I've learned from that. I've only done that really with Adrian Brody last year, The Brutalist. Walking out of that movie, I said, he is winning. And Jessie Buckley in Hamnet, I said, there's no way she doesn't win. It's just a question of, does she sweep? And to me, the best places or the most vulnerable places that she would lose have already passed, and she won.
Exactly.
So I think this is a Buckley sweep. No Hudson. No.
Critics' Choice was the one place I thought Byrne could maybe win that.
Yep. I thought
and
Buckley
she
could have lost at Critics' Choice.
Yeah.
And she won that.
So, yeah, you know, we're talking, we're trying to come up with like alternate paths here to make it more interesting, because I am kind of bored when it is a sweeper from Critics' Choice, Golden Globes to the Oscar night. But when it's my favorite performance of the year, Jessie Buckley and Hamnet, I'm all good. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, this is getting kind of boring in early March. Like, geez, another speech by Buckley? It's like, no. It's like, I want Buckley to sweep. I don't want one of these others to win. Like, I don't want that to be floated. Oh, maybe it's Hudson. Or like, no. Like, we're not entertaining that.
Yeah, right? Not today, Satan, about that. Just... And also, it's like, okay, who is number 2? Because if there is a strong number 2, we've seen that. But even here,
Reinsva maybe, because her movie's in picture director, but she's not at SAG.
Exactly. There's marks against everyone else. Hudson, low nominee, and you know whatever that movie is, whatever. Reinsva not at SAG, so that's gone. Emma Stone, you would think, but 3-time winner.
She's not. Yeah, she just can't be entertained to win. She just won 2 years ago.
She just won, and it feels like she's not even really trying to campaign either.
And she still got nominated again twice.
Still got nominated.
Picture and actress.
And then Rose Byrne also, you know, low nominee also, and not the most accessible movie by any means. So there's really even no clear number 2 to me, even though I would go with Reinsva. But it's
I think Reinsva is like a very distant number 2, as you said earlier, a very distant. That is the case, I think here. Yeah. I really think like I will just be like beside myself if Buckley loses at BAFTA or SAG or the Oscar, like any of those 3. I'll be like, what?
Yeah,
you know,
that's when the gears start spinning in my head. of like, okay, it's sparking because that doesn't even make sense to me.
Yeah.
So
Maybe it's because like we get sweepers that much like anymore? The year for 2019, where I think all 4 acting categories were just like sweepers the whole way, and that was weird because the Oscars were like February 9th or something. They were like really early. Remember that the next year in 2020?
Yep.
It's like they knew COVID was coming, and they're like, we got to do this in early February.
I know, gosh, I can't believe how lucky they got with that.
Like,
scheduling.
what if that ceremony had been like March 25th? Like, I don't like what would have that have looked like? It would have been a Zoom Oscars.
Yeah, and we wouldn't have gotten those beautiful Bong Joon-ho speeches.
Yeah, the Parasite moment. That would, I mean, that would have been devastating. Yeah. So, you know, I have floated like maybe Rose Byrne at SAG. Like maybe there's a lot of love for Byrne and she's great in that movie. But I just think the lone nominee of it all, she can't compete with Buckley. I just think here on out, it's going to be Buckley, and I'm going to be so happy about that.
Yep. I will be very happy about that. Nothing has made me put my phone down more than seeing people be like, oh, Jesse Buckley overacts in Hamnet.
Oh, God.
That's enough. That's enough Twitter for me today. I will not even put that black magic out in the universe. So Buckley's got it.
Imagine what the next 7 weeks are going to look like, Jonathan. Like all of that negativity and stuff. I'm nervous about Sinners getting the 16 nominations. Are people going to be attacking that movie? Like, oh, it's good, but like 16? Like, that's ridiculous. You know, the backlash and stuff I worry about over the next few weeks.
Yeah, and that'll happen, and that's fine. But, you know, those are the moments where I'll like put the phone down.
Put the phone down, go outside and touch grass.
Exactly. You already know.
All right. Our early Oscar prediction to win Best Actress, of course, is Jessie Buckley, Hamnet. Okay, 2 categories left to talk about in this video. Best Director. Our nominees are Chloe Zhao, Hamnet, Josh Safdie, Marty Supreme, Paul Thomas Anderson, One Battle After Another, Joachim Trier, Sentimental Value, and Ryan Coogler, Sinners. So, I mean, we're going to talk about picture. I do think we have a possibility there for a surprise, or not what everyone is expecting right now. I mean, I know Sinners got 16 nominations, and some people are going to float Ryan Coogler. I mean, we'll see what happens at DGA in a couple weeks. Like, we'll see how this shakes out. I still think, no matter what, Jonathan, I think Paul Thomas Anderson wins the Oscar for Best Director. I really do.
Yeah, if
right?
One Battle After Another fumbles at the 99-yard line and it loses picture, I think PTA still wins Best Director.
Exactly.
I think this is, again, kind of boring, but one of the easiest categories of the night. This is happening.
Yeah, it's like Jane Campion, The Power of the Dog. That movie came on really strong, got 12 nominations, and it won nothing on Oscars nights except for director. That was just sewn up. That was going to happen. I think you're exactly right. Even if One Battle, it doesn't win a couple things we're expecting, and it's like, oh, crap, it doesn't win picture. It goes to Sinners in picture. I just still think PTA wins director. I think it's his moment. It's his Christopher Nolan overdue moment.
Yeah, exactly. There's everything going for him, and we've seen it. Again, I don't think this is going to happen with One Battle, but even with movies that lose steam, I feel like in this category, he has, pretty much from the beginning, been so far ahead that it's not going to matter. And he's going to take this award.
Yeah, I think Coogler's the only possible person who could beat him. I think the other 3 are just happy to be here. A black person has never won Best Director before, right, at the Oscars. So that's kind of a bummer to me. It's like Coogler's so talented, and obviously, if One Battle wasn't here, Coogler would be winning 100%.
I know. Can you imagine if just One Battle is just not here? Like, how many awards would like Sinners win? It would be unbelievable. So, but sometimes you just run into those movies, and that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah. This is a case where you have 2 incredible films. They're both going to do well on Oscars nights. But when it comes to director, PTA has that overdue narrative. I mean, he is on 14 nominations, as I talk about in Paul Thomas Anderson and the Elusive Oscar, which just is so freaking long. There were so many races to talk about. Only one, really, Jonathan, he had a chance to win, I would argue. Best original screenplay for Licorice Pizza. It was between him and Kenneth Branagh, Belfast. Like PTA was in second there.
Belfast.
I was predicting PTA that night because I'm like, he's on 11 nominations. It's in picture director. Like, they'll give it to him here. And Kenneth Branagh was also overdue. He was on like his 7th nomination. He had never won. Belfast was in acting categories, so it was like, oh, it was very close there.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of Licorice Pizza. I'm actually very thrilled that his first, hopefully, 2 or 3 wins, right, are going to be for the movie I love a lot more, and that's One Battle.
Yeah. See, gosh, Belfast is just terrible to me.
I didn't like that either. I didn't like either movie, Licorice Pizza and Belfast.
That's fair. Yeah, no winning for you. But it's just there's really nothing else to say. It's PTA's time. It's his narrative. He is revered by other directors.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So this is a done deal.
Yeah. So we have DGA at the beginning of February, I think. I think that's like the next big like ceremony, like BAFTA and SAG are like at the end of February.
Yeah.
DGA, I think, is the first big one. So he just has to win that. Just win that PTA, and it's over. 100%.
Exactly. Then it's done. Then there's no question about it.
Yeah. So our early Oscar prediction to win Best Director is Paul Thomas Anderson, One Battle After Another. And finally, Best Picture. Our nominees in picture are Bugonia, F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agents, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Train Dreams. What do we think about Best Picture this year?
I like the lineup.
Pretty good.
I think it's a good lineup. I like it more than last year's. I'm surprised at the animosity I've seen for F1, which I thought was like, and maybe it's just because people think it's like perfectly okay for the most part, or like at least a solid movie. I mean, to me, F1 isn't even the worst movie in this lineup. That's just my opinion. But overall, I think this has a lot. This has a lot to like, a lot of variety. Again, 2 international films. Could have got 3, but I guess we'll take 2. So it's a good mix, and I like the movies.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this lineup. There's not a bad film here. There's not one I'm like, oh, seriously? For me, the 2 that I like less are F1 and Frankenstein. I gave those 2 films a 7. Everything else got an 8 or a 9 or a 10. Yeah, so there's not like a 4 or a 5-er on here. I'm like, really? We had to do that? I mean, I really wanted Weapons to get in here. That would have been cool. That would have been great for Amy Madigan.
Same here.
No Other Choice, I think, should have gotten Picture, Director, International Feature, Adapted Screenplay, but that's a chat for another day. It's just so ridiculous. I still don't get that. That's just crazy to me. But yeah, this is a pretty good lineup. I think there are 2 films that can win, One Battle or Sinners. And that is going to be the question moving forward. I think most of us will just see what happens at PGA, right? I think PGA, which is the night before SAG, I think it's at the end of February. Like, if Paul Thomas Anderson wins DGA, which I think he's going to, and then One Battle wins PGA, it's going to be tricky to predict Sinners to win the Oscar for Picture, right?
Yeah, that'll be a really tough package to go against, even if Sinners ends up winning SAG. Obviously, we've seen Parasite do it, which I think you can argue Sinners and Parasite has similar levels of passion, even though, again, I'm always dubious of preferential ballot. That is where I think One Battle will do very well, because, not sure how well Sinners will do internationally. I mean, we just saw the Globes go against Sinners.
That's right.
So that's always a risk, but I mean, it's funny. I as mentioned earlier in the video, I did predict Sinners to break the record. I had it at 15. I predicted One Battle at 14, and I was still ready to be like, One Battle, no question for Picture. And then now, Sinners with 16, One Battle with 13, and it does make me pause a little bit more than I thought I would, because every branch went for it.
Yeah. And everybody is voting for the final Oscar winners. And so if everybody is just all for Sinners, they've all watched it, they've all loved it, they've all voted for it in like every possible category, you can point to that and say, even if like One Battle takes PGA, and we're all feeling very comfortable. We could have a surprise here, where we're like, One Battle took everything it needed. It's gonna win picture. It's gonna take adapted screenplay and director and picture, and PTA wins director. We're like, yes, amazing moment, awesome. I can see it, Jonathan. I can see us all just getting very comfortable, like, in our sofas, wherever we're watching it, and they call out Best Picture is Sinners. And that would also be an incredible moment. So I'm not sure if I can predict it yet. But are you ready? Are you ready to call it right now for Sinners? For a picture?
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think I can.
It's like, I always thought One Battle was going to take director and picture Critics' Choice. That happened. And then you had the Globes thing, which was weird. You had One Battle and Hamnet winning in picture. And then Sinners took that stupid other category, which is just like ridiculous. Box office and cinematic achievements. The Barbie prize from a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But you can't deny the 16 nominations. That tells you something.
It certainly does. And what I want to see play out over the next few weeks is, where does the Sinners story go? Because that's really what's going to help solidify what I'm talking about. If this becomes Sinners' most nominated movie, are you kidding me? That is so overrated. It does not deserve that much. And there becomes kind of a backlash. That'll be interesting to see. Or, even though it is the most nominated film of all time, it's like a black-led movie, black director, black cast. It came out early in the year. Warner Brothers wasn't even confident in it. It managed to become this huge sensation. Like, if it ends up riding this wave of, like, look at where it started. It was an underdog, and now it's here. That is also compelling, because you have to give people a reason to feel good about voting for your movie. That we have seen that before, and I want to see which path Sinners goes on in the next few weeks. Does it become a villain? Obviously it won't to me, but in the grand scheme of things, will it become that? Or will it be seen as almost like an underdog in a way, because One Battle has just maintained its juggernaut status the whole time? Sometimes
when you're winning like everything in picture, and there's a clear like second place, a film people love, maybe even have more passion for in certain ways, sometimes that can get you the picture win at the Oscars. Just having the most nominations, that doesn't mean Sinners has this, like, I think about La La Land got 14, and it was like, what did Moonlight have, 8? I don't think Moonlight had like a ton.
Yeah.
But that was like the passion pick, and that made it to picture, kind of. Like, it wasn't that very strange night. People get mad at me when I say kind of. Yeah, yes, I know it won, but it was like a weird.
It was a weird night.
A weird reveal, I'll just say.
Yep.
But Moonlight overtook La La Land, and that had like 6 more nominations, I think. So, like, just, getting into all of these technical categories, that doesn't necessarily mean it wins picture. It's like, it just happens to have visual effects and makeup, because it's horror. It's got music in it, so it's in song. And so it's like this rare entity of a film that's got everything. If Sinners didn't have the music elements, like, it wouldn't have gotten into one category. There's certain elements to it where it's just like, it just had everything it needed to spread the wealth in like all of these categories, going all the way down to song and stuff. Right. So I don't know, but I can see like there being this narrative of Sinners, even though it has 16, of kind of being the underdog in picture. And it's like, well, One Battle will be taken care of. We'll give it director, we'll give it adapted screenplay. Like we'll give it director, but picture, does that have to go to One Battle? One Battle is not for everybody, Jonathan. Like the winter break, I watched it a second time with my brother, my sister-in-law, and my dad. My dad fell asleep halfway through. My brother got up about 5 times during the movie to go do things, and my sister-in-law kept watching it, and she just kept saying, "Why is that music still playing?" The bouncy score, she's like, it just never stopped. Like people who just watch, a few major movies a year, I'm not convinced that One Battle is like going to work for them in every case. So that was kind of telling to me that night. I'm like, well, maybe this doesn't have picture in the back. One Battle.
Yeah, we've seen so many different ways this goes. I mean, to your point, Parasite had 6 nominations? something like that.
Yeah, not
And it
a
still ended up,
ton.
did not have a ton. Joker
Not
had
in
way
acting.
more.
Yeah.
1917 had way more because it wasn't in acting. Still managed to win. Or it's like Everything Everywhere, Oppenheimer. You know, those had the most nominations, and then it wins damn near everything. So
Yeah.
it's I'm really just trying to think about the preferential ballot, because I do agree one battle is certainly not for everybody. I could see that, but I mean, Sinners is a vampire musical in a way.
Yeah.
That's not going to be for everybody either.
Older
So,
voters might not go for Sinners, like at
older
the end of the
voters
day.
might not go for it, and I agree. It's like it's in a lot of different buckets, but you know, if you're a makeup artist and you're voting for makeup, like, yeah, Sinners makes sense, but that doesn't mean, like, for a best picture that you're voting in Sinners just because it's nominated over one battle necessarily. I don't think makeup artists were writing in The Ugly Stepsister for best picture on their ballot, you know?
Exactly.
So, like, that doesn't mean anything necessarily, but it certainly helps. So
Yeah.
I guess I'll just, you know, kind of say, like, this is more interesting than I thought it was going to be on Oscar nomination morning. Obviously, the next few weeks will play out, and maybe it's like, that's funny. That was a funny conversation. And one battle is literally not going to lose a single thing.
Yeah.
But as of today, when we're recording, and even when people see this video over the weekend, it is more of a conversation than I would have thought.
Yeah, I mean, One Battle is so strong. It was doing amazingly well, like with the critics groups in December and Picture and stuff. It won Picture at Critics' Choice, Picture at Golden Globes. It's got 13 nominations. It might just be Oppenheimer and just win Picture, PGA, win at the Oscars. We're overthinking it, but Sinners has a chance. I do think it does.
It does. It absolutely does.
So I mean, I could throw that in here. I still in my gut, I think even if it's kind of close, like I still think it's One Battle in Picture. That's what I'm feeling right now. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I really want to disagree with you in something.
One disagreement.
But yeah, in Picture, there's just no way I can really go for Sinners right now. If I said Sinners, it would literally, I would be knowingly just really throwing it out there just because, like, in my heart of hearts, I can't predict Sinners right now, even though I would lose my mind. And those are my two favorite movies of the year, so I feel like I can't lose.
Yeah.
So
two of the best.
Yeah.
So
I'll go with One Battle.
Yeah. So at the very end of February, going into early March, we have PGA and SAG the same weekend. If One Battle takes PGA and then Sinners takes SAG Ensemble, it's going to be an interesting 2 weeks leading up to the Oscars, because sometimes, like Parasite was one, Crash. Remember Crash? This movie Crash.
Yeah.
Never, ever would I compare Crash to Sinners or anything. But sometimes when there's like a close race, like winning SAG Ensemble can mean the difference when it comes to the picture Oscar. So, and I don't know. I kind of feel like Sinners probably is going to win SAG Ensemble, regardless of what happens at SAG. I mean, One Battle has a shot. I think it's probably up there. Yeah.
I think I would lean Sinners for SAG. At first, I was like, oh, maybe I'm falling into the trap, because I remember Oppenheimer and Barbie. I was like, oh, like SAG will go for Barbie. And then Oppenheimer just won everything. But, I mean, as we've seen, you can't compare Sinners to Barbie anymore in terms of how they're performing. Like, you cannot do that anymore.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, I do think Sinners will win SAG.
Yeah. So this is going to be like a fluid situation. We'll see what happens throughout February and stuff. And I just think right now you could take a swing and say Sinners. I think that's the only other movie. I know Hamnet was floated a little bit because it won at the Globes in picture drama. I think Paul Mescal missing and supporting actor, that was like a big hit against that movie. I think that has like zero chance now in picture. I really do. I don't think that can win. I think it's Sinners or One Battle. I am going with One Battle. You are going with?
One Battle.
One Battle. So, no disagreement. Our viewers are so disappointed right now. They wanted
let's
a
just re-record
fight.
The whole thing. Let's re-record the whole thing right now. Let's just do an
alternate. We'll do an alternate hour recording. Delroy Lindo,
supporting actor.
Sean Penn. Sean Penn has it. I don't care that he hasn't won anything yet. That is the performance of the year. Sean Penn.
There we go.
It's Delroy Lindo. Are you crazy? It's going to be Penn. Like, they love him. He's won 2 Oscars. Like, they're going to give him another one.
You don't get it. Marcia Gay Harden. You don't get it.
Marcia Gay Harden. I do get Marcia Gay Harden. I just spent like a week making a video about that race in December. My gosh. That was the craziest acting race, Jonathan. Like, if you go back and look at all of the, I mean, nuts.
Yeah.
And Delroy Lindo. Let's cross our fingers, man, for chaos, because that would be a moment. All right. Our early Oscar prediction to win Best Picture is One Battle After Another. This has been so much fun, Jonathan, having you on again. It was like a year ago we did a SAG talk, like more than a year ago. It's been too long, man. I mean, I love your setup. It's so professional. You're looking great. This is fantastic.
No, thanks for having me. I mean, you do some of the best stuff on YouTube, so it's always an honor being here. And yeah, glad we can talk about something better than last year for SAG when it was like Amelia Perez is just going to win everything at that point.
I can't remember. Like, I remember we threw out some crazy predictions at SAG a year ago, and then like we got the nominations, and it was like, oh no, that's not going to.
Yep. So I was like, oh, okay, I guess we're just all wrong.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been way too long, more than a year. Let's do this more often because this was a lot of fun. Anything you want to promote or tell our viewers where they can find you online?
Yeah, just pretty simple. Just my name, Jonathan Fujii. You could find me pretty much YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, TikTok. Look for the yellow icon. Can't miss it.
All right. Thanks again for being here, Jonathan, and we will see you next time at the Awards Contender.